Welcome back, Romanian enthusiasts! Hope you're feeling energized and ready to clear any bătaie de cap. What is that, you might ask? It is a noun phrase, and the scope of this video to make you familiar with these really cool, really used expressions that Romanians really use on a daily basis. So, what a better opportunity than a Tips, Tricks and Analysis Season 13 episode. We will talk about 15 very popular phrases you can add to your vocabulary. And as we used to do already in this phrases series, we will get into the Romanian equivalent, the English translation and meaning, plus examples for each of them. And before we get into that, check our group classes and exclusive content available for our patrons. And with this occasion, I want to thank all of them now on the screen. Namaste. Also, join Discord for our weekly chats. Or if you're looking for a private lesson, I'm available on Calendly as well for a private class. Let's jump into some noun phrases. We will start with some classics and some of my favorites. Nod în papură. Cusur. This one is a bit hard to translate in a few words in English. Maybe the best one would be nitpick, but not as a verb. We are talking about noun phrases here. So, to find the fault, even if there might be none. It is commonly used with the verb a căuta, and an example can be de ce cauți mereu nod în papură, copile? Punct de vedere. Opinion. A very straightforward one that translates to and means point of view. Opinion. Din punctul meu de vedere, nu trebuie să ajungem chiar la 6. Tragere de inimă. Dorință. This one has a bit of a deeper meaning than it might look. Translating to a pull of heart and meaning will, this expression symbolizes how your heart is drawn into something or not. Când văd cât de mult învață, am și o tragere de inimă să îi ajut. Deschizător de drumuri. Pionier. Even though this might seem a bit strange and exclusive, it is not. Its translation is way or road opener and means pioneer. But not necessarily somebody like Darwin who reinvented science. Deschizător de drumuri can mean someone who innovates or helps with innovation. So you could say Henri Coandă a fost un deschizător de drumuri în aerodinamică. But also you could say, tatăl meu mi-a fost deschizător de drumuri dându-mă la facultate. Now we head to probably the most common source for noun phrases, which is verbs or verbal phrases. I will tell you a few, but in this category there are plenty. And you might recognize some from the locuțiuni video, where I also talk about the concept of phrases more in depth. You can check it up here. Dare de mână. Dărnicie. Generozitate. As you will see with most of those, they are quite straightforward if you know the verb. Hand giving. So, generosity. Sora Mirelei nu prea are dare de mână. So, she is not very generous. Aruncătură de băț. Proximitate. A stick throw. So, close proximity. Poți să iei niște cafea. E un magazin la o aruncătură de băț. Băgare de seamă. Atenție. With seamă translating to something like observation or judgment, this expression translates to something close to the entrance into observation. And after a bit of research, I realized that probably the best English meaning is attentiveness, not attention. Trebuie să te cațeri cu mare băgare de seamă. Nebăgare de seamă, neatenție. The exact opposite of the previous one, so carelessness. Când treci strada cu nebăgare de seamă, te pui în pericol. Trecere în revistă. verificare sau evaluare. When you will hear the translation, you might frown. Magazine crossing or magazine passing. It means to add something to the magazine, so to evaluate, to check. Trebuie să mai facem încă o trecere în revistă. We are now close to 1,000 people in this awesome community, but not quite yet. So, if you like the content on this channel, a like and subscribe really help. And if you were here a while ago, I made a special video when we reached 100 subs. It is up here. I am thinking of making another one if you guys are interested, on food or not food, not sure yet. Maybe you can help me with some suggestions in the comments. Right, now back to a very Romanian phrase. Bătaie de joc. Batjocură. As you might see, this Romanian equivalent for the noun phrase is exactly what you shouldn't do when people ask you things like, what does to imagine mean? And you answer, to use your imagination. Yeah, the closest we came to an equivalent in Romanian was to put the two words together and come to another one that means basically the same. Translates literally to a game beating or a play beating. And it might help you to think of a roast. And no, not the one with food. No, the kind of roast you playfully mock someone or use your banter against someone or something. So, a mockery. Toată experiența asta e o bătaie de joc. Bătaie de cap. Inconveniență, încurcătură. Same verb, different expression, easier though to get to its meaning. A head beating. So, a headache or a trouble. Am numai bătăi de cap cu dulapul ăsta. As in, the wardrobe gives me headaches. Right, I prepare now at the end some special expressions with more of a metaphoric meaning. Lacrimă de crocodil. Nesinceritate. Ipocrizie. A crocodile tear, which has pretty much the same meaning in English and many other languages. So, an insincere or a hypocritical action, commonly used in Romanian with a verb to cry, a plânge. Lasă-l în pace că plânge cu lacrimi de crocodil. Inimă de piatră, nesimțitor, rece. Stone heart, which is similar to the English stone cold. But since it's a noun phrase, it's really like a heart of stone. So, someone cold, unfriendly, or unkind. Dacă îi asculți, vei vedea că au o inimă de piatră. Pasăre de noapte, nocturn. A night bird. Or, in English, probably a night owl. Someone who is awake at night. Îmi place să dorm în timpul zilei pentru că sunt o pasăre de noapte. And finally, we get to a noun phrase that is just different in Romanian. A very common phrase that in this language it just comes as a group of words, rather than just one. Foc de artificii, fireworks. Or a fire of fireworks, if you want to think about it. It is not really the actual firework, but the show or the display. The multiple fireworks shooting towards the sky. An example can be, am văzut în New York cel mai tare foc de artificii. Well, I hope you will be able to add those expressions into your vocabulary and try to use them. If you want, you can join the speaking class on Patreon on the 17th of April, and I will make sure you will use them in practice. Or join as a boss on Patreon and I will answer any of your questions in detail in the Q&A session next Wednesday, April the 10th. Or as always, you have the option to start a new thread or discussion on Discord where one of the other language enthusiasts will be happy to answer to you. That's where there will be a question related to this video coming tomorrow in the Only Romanian channel. Please drop a comment if you want to share your personal noun phrase, and until the next time, la revedere!